Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We are learning Mishna Kiddushin, Parak Dalet, Chapter 4, Mishnah Zayin, Mishnah 7. Before we begin, this week's learning has been sponsored by Rochelle Golner. Okay. Parak Zayin is really a continuation of the end of the previous Mishnah. The end of the previous Mishnah cited Rabbi Yehuda's opinion that the daughter of a male ger is like the daughter of a chalal. We have an halacha previously that a chalal who marries even if the woman is not a chalala, she's a Yisraelis, the child that is born from that marriage is a chalal. You're following the man in this kind of situation, and therefore the status of chalal passes over either to the son or to the daughter. Now, it happens to be that if the previous Mishnah said if a chalala marries a Yisrael or a Levi, who they're allowed to marry, actually the status of the child will not be a chalal, which means they can marry a Kohen if it's a girl. That's that halacha. That's again by a chalal. Rabbi Yehuda, meaning the previous Mishnah mentioned that a chalal who marries a Yisraelis, the child's a chalal. Rabbi Yehuda says that the daughter of a male ger is just like the daughter of a male chalal. The male chalal passes on his qualification to his children. A chalala, a female, does not, meaning if she marries a Yisrael, the child is not a chalala. And Rabbi Yehuda says the status of ger also passes on. We know a Kohen cannot marry a gioris, a convert. So if you have a male ger and he marries a Yisraelis, the child let's say the child will have the status of a ger. It's a status that passes on. And that child will not be able to marry a Kohen. So that's why it says, Bas ger zachar, kabas chala zachar. That's the previous Mishnah. The daughter of a male ger is like the daughter of a male chalal. Now, it doesn't stop here. Today's Mishnah continues from there. Rebbe Lezer ben Yaakov Omer, Yisrael ben Yaakov says, Yisrael shanasa giyares. If Yisrael marries a giyares, bitay ksher lekahuna. His daughter can marry a Kohen. She does not pass the status of giyares convert does not pass on to her daughter. The ger shanasa bas Yisrael, and if a male ger marries a bas Yisrael, means a born Jewish woman, bitay ksher lekahuna. There too, his daughter is kosher for kahuna. She can marry a Kohen. This is where Rebbe Lezer ben Yaakov directly argues Rabbi Yehuda. He says that the male ger married a Yisraelis, the daughter does not have the status of a ger, of a convert, but rather status of a regular, ordinary Jewess and can marry a Kohen. Aval, however, ger shanasa giyares, bitay pasula lekahuna. If both parents are a ger, the father is a ger and the mother is a ger, then the daughter is pasula kahuna. That's what Rebbe Lezer holds. Rebbe Lezer's opinion is, for the status of a convert to pass down to children, both parents have to be converts, and therefore, in that case, the daughter that would be born would have the status of a convert, and she cannot marry a Kohen, as a woman who, as a convert, cannot marry a Kohen. Okay? Then it says, Echad ger ve'echad avadim shachrarim. This applies both to a convert or to a freed slave. A freed slave, a Gentile slave who's freed, automatically gets the status of a convert, right? They weren't born Jewish, but they become Jewish. The ger becomes Jewish, on his own volition. The Eved becomes automatically a full Jew after he is freed. And everything we just said applies both to the freed slave like the convert. They have the same status. Afilu arasara daris. This even goes up to 10 generations, which means that if you have a continuation of, even up to 10 generations have passed since they converted or were freed, their descendants have the status of convert, and the females may not marry Kohanim, until you have a descendant's mother or father being a regular Jew, because the status of convert is passed down until someone along the line whether male or female marries an ordinary Jew and not another convert. And again, this is the halacha. This is continuing the opinion of Rebbe Eliezer ben Yaakov, where you need to have both parents being a convert. So if, let's say, both parents were a convert and they had a child, right? And then that child marries a convert or another child of a convert, right? If it continues for as many generations as it goes, the status of convert will be passed down to the children. But once you have a parent, right, that is not a convert, right, whether it's the father, it's the mother, then at that point already, once one of the parents are not a convert, Eliezer ben Yaakov says the status of convert does not pass down, and they can marry a Kohen. All right, that is Rabbi Eliezer ben Yaakov's opinion. The Mishnah concludes, Rabbi Yosi Omer, Af ger shenaseh giyares, bitoy keshera lekahuna. Rabbi Yosi says, even if you have a ger who marries a giyares, a male ger convert marries a female convert, even if both parents are a convert, the daughter is kosher lekahuna, the daughter may marry a Kohen. Meaning, according to Rabbi Yosi, the status of convert does not pass down. The status of chalal gets passed down, meaning again, you're starting off with a child that was born from a marriage of a Kohen to a woman who's not allowed to be married to. The child is a chalal. The male chalal will pass on that status. And to one male, to another male, to another male. Now, of course, the daughter will have the status of a chalala also, because meaning she can't marry a Kohen. If this chalala marries if the daughter marries a Yisrael, then that ends the passing down of chalalas. If the male chalal he marries a Yisraelis, that will pass down the status. However, of a chalal, to the daughter being a chalala, or the son being a chalal, in the sense that, again, less like the first person, the first child cannot be a participating Kohen, and his daughter would be a chalala. But the point here is that that whole status passing down has no, according to Rabbi Yosi, does not happen by a ger, no matter, even if both parents were converts. Now, let's do the next Mishnah. A person says, this son of mine, he is a mamzer. Why is he a mamzer? For example, they bring down here, he said that the mother was forbidden to him under the penalty of kares. The mother of the child was someone that he was not allowed to cohabit with. A woman that has that such a cohabitation carries a punishment of kares, of premature death, of early death. Just that's one explanation of kares, but the death punishment of being cut off. The child from that union is a mamzer. So he says, this son of mine is a mamzer. Says the Mishnah, Einoi Neman. He is not believed to say that. And the reason he is not believed to say that is because of the fact that, as I explained here, because a person not believed to testify about his close relatives. Can't tell if that's the halach of Edis. Testimony. You can't testify. You have no nemanis. You have no belief when it comes to establishing something regarding your close relative. You can't testify about that. So therefore, you cannot be believed to say that the son is a mamzer. Okay? So again, you're trying to basically be believed. It's not witnesses here, because it's not two witnesses, but you're trying to be believed. The question is, let's say the Torah give you belief to be able to establish that the son's a mamzer? Well, the answer is it can't be that way, because since you are a relative, you would not be able to testify about regarding a close relative. Now, even if both of them, both the husband and wife, another husband and wife, and they both say that the child in her womb is a mamzer, which means that even the mother says it's not for my husband. That's what he's saying. It's not for my husband. So the point here is that even though the mother can be certain about the identity of her child's father, meaning a husband can't be, his mother could be. She is not believed to say her child is a mamzer. Still not. The mother still doesn't have the nemanis. Again, it's the same idea. She cannot testify about a close relative like that. So according to this view, two qualified witnesses are needed to establish that a child is a mamzer. How they do that, I don't know. But it would have to be that two witnesses would have to testify about the status, and then you'd have full-fledged witnesses that aren't relatives, they'd be able to establish the child as a mamzer. But the parents cannot do that. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Namanim. Rabbi Yehuda says, in both these cases, the father is believed. Doesn't say that's right out in the Mishnah, but that's the explanation. According to Rabbi Yehuda, they are believed, which is really in plural form, but it really means only the father. The father is believed, and Bartanura says there's a pasuk that teaches us, there's a verse that he derives from, that a father is believed to establish the status of his child, but a mother is not. And therefore, where the father says the child is a mamzer, Rabbi Yehuda says the father would be believed. And the Bartanura says here, V'alachak Rabbi Yehuda, Rabbi Yehuda, that the father is believed to be able to establish his status of the child. Have a wonderful day.
All right.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you.